Everyone dreams of living by the sea in Italy, waking up to the sound of waves, sipping coffee as the morning light hits the water, and walking home through narrow streets lined with pastel houses. But for most people, that dream feels impossible. The Amalfi coast, Cinque Terre, Positano, beautiful, yes, but crowded and wildly expensive. Yet hidden beyond those famous postcards are towns where life still feels simple. Places where rent costs less than a week's hotel stay in Amalfi, where the beaches are quiet and the sea is always close enough to hear. These are the towns where locals still greet you by name, where time moves slower, and where beauty hasn't been priced out. In this video, we'll explore 10 hidden beach towns in Italy you can actually afford. Peaceful, breathtaking places where you can live well, spend little, and wake up every day to a view that feels unreal. Number 10. Maratea, Basilicata. On the southern coast of Italy, tucked between steep mountains and the Tyrrhenian Sea, lies Maratea, a town that feels like a secret. Its pastel houses climb the hillside, framed by the deep blue of the water below and the green of the forest above. The air smells of salt and lemon, and in the distance, the bell tower rings softly through the valley. Despite its beauty, Maratea is still affordable. A one-bedroom apartment near the coast rents for around €650 per month, and the total monthly cost of living ranges from €1,400 to €1,600, including groceries, utilities, and meals at local cafes. Evenings are slow and golden. Locals gather by the harbor, children play near the boats, and the whole town glows under the sunset. Maratea is proof that you don't need luxury to live beautifully, just time, peace, and the sea. Number 9. Termoli, Molise. Farther north on the Adriatic coast, Termoli is one of Italy's best-kept seaside secrets. The old town sits behind ancient walls that open to endless views of turquoise water. Its narrow cobblestone streets twist down to the harbor, where fishermen still pull their nets by hand and the smell of grilled fish fills the evening air. A small apartment near the beach rents for €600 to €800 per month, and you can live comfortably on about €1,500 monthly. Life here is simple: morning walks by the sea, afternoons spent at cafes, and quiet nights under the glow of old street lamps. Termoli has all the charm of a luxury coast, without the price tag. Number 8. Cefalù, Sicily. On the northern coast of Sicily, beneath a towering cliff that glows orange in the evening sun, lies Cefalù, a seaside town so beautiful it almost doesn't look real. Its narrow cobblestone streets wind between centuries-old buildings, opening to a golden beach where waves roll gently against the shore. Above it all stands a grand Norman cathedral, its twin towers catching the last light of day as the sea turns silver beneath them. Cefalù feels cinematic, but it's not just for tourists. People actually live here, and they live well. Rent for a cozy one-bedroom apartment near the center starts at €750 per month, while total monthly expenses range between €1,500 and €1,700, including groceries, utilities, and the occasional dinner overlooking the harbor. The cost of living is low compared to its beauty, and life moves with the rhythm of the sea. Mornings are quiet, afternoons stretch long, and evenings are for slow walks along the promenade as fishermen haul in their catch. Cefalù is proof that paradise doesn't need to be exclusive. It just needs to be found. Number 7. Tropea, Calabria. If there's one town that captures the soul of southern Italy, it's Tropea. Perched high on a cliff above the Tyrrhenian Sea, its white sand beaches and turquoise waters look like they belong in the Caribbean. But beyond its postcard looks, Tropea remains humble. A town built on tradition, kindness, and slow living. The streets are lined with family-run restaurants serving homemade pasta and local wine that costs less than bottled water. Balconies overflow with flowers, and the scent of citrus drifts through the air. Despite its growing popularity, Tropea remains surprisingly affordable. A one-bedroom apartment close to the beach rents for about 700 to 900 euros per month, and a comfortable monthly budget of 1,500 euros covers everything: food, rent, and the little pleasures that make Italian life what it is. Evenings in Tropea are soft and warm. Locals gather in the piazza for conversation. The sound of laughter blends with the sea breeze, and the horizon fades slowly into gold. It's the kind of town that makes you forget the world moves fast elsewhere. Number 6. Gaeta, Lazio. Halfway between Rome and Naples lies Gaeta, a coastal gem that somehow remains overlooked. The town curves around a calm blue bay, backed by rolling hills and old stone fortresses. From its historic streets, you can see fishing boats drifting near the harbor and families sitting along the promenade as the sun begins to set. Gaeta has everything: history, scenery, and the kind of calm that city life can never offer. A small apartment near the sea rents for 850 to 1,000 euros per month, and monthly living costs average around 1,700 euros. The beaches are clean, the food is fresh, and even in summer, the town never feels crowded. For those seeking coastal beauty within reach of major cities, Gaeta is the perfect balance: peaceful, authentic, and quietly radiant. Number 5. Porto Ercole, Tuscany. On the southern edge of Tuscany's Monte Argentario Peninsula lies Porto Ercole, a small harbor town that feels both elegant and forgotten. The water here is crystal clear, framed by rocky cliffs and dense green hills that shelter the town from the world beyond. Colorful boats line the marina. Fishermen chat in the early mornings, and the rhythm of life follows the tides. It's peaceful, sophisticated, but never pretentious. The kind of place where you can disappear from the noise of the world without feeling alone. For a place this beautiful, living costs are surprisingly modest. Rent for a one-bedroom apartment near the marina averages around 900 euros per month, and a total monthly budget of 1,600 to 1,800 euros is enough to live comfortably. You can walk everywhere: the grocery store, the cafe, the small beach tucked behind the old fortress walls. The sunsets here are legendary, spilling orange light across the sea as the town glows softly in the distance. Porto Ercole feels like a secret, not because it's hard to find, but because it's hard to leave. Number 4. Castellabat, Campania. South of Naples, along the Cilento coast, lies Castellabat, a hilltop town that overlooks a coastline so beautiful it's been called one of the last unspoiled places in southern Italy. The old town rises high above the sea, its narrow streets filled with stone archways, flowered balconies, and small trattorias where the scent of seafood and lemon fills the air. Down below, the beaches of Santa Maria de Castellabate stretch for miles, lapped by calm turquoise water. Life here is simple, affordable, and rich in every way that matters. A one-bedroom apartment close to the beach rents for about 700 euros per month, and a total monthly budget of 1,400 to 1,600 euros is more than enough to live comfortably. The community is welcoming, the food is incredible, and the pace of life is slow, perfectly slow. People still sit outside their doors at night, talking quietly as the breeze drifts through the hills. In Castellabate, the only schedule that matters is the seas. Number 3. Otranto, Puglia. On the easternmost tip of Italy, where the first light of sunrise touches the country, sits Otranto, a town where history and tranquility meet. Its whitewashed streets open to a harbor of calm, blue water, and the air carries the scent of sea salt and olive trees. The old town feels like a labyrinth, filled with stone walls, ancient churches, and hidden courtyards that always seem to lead back to the sea. Despite its beauty, Otranto remains one of Italy's most affordable coastal towns. Rent for a small apartment near the beach starts at 750 euros per month, and you can live comfortably on about 1,500 euros a month. Locals are friendly, the food is pure southern perfection, and everything moves at an unhurried pace. Each evening, the sky fades from orange to violet over the water, and you can hear laughter echo softly through the narrow streets. Otranto is peaceful, timeless, and real, the kind of place where days blend into one another, and you don't mind that they do. Number 2, Viesti, Puglia. On the Gargano Peninsula, where cliffs rise sharply from turquoise waters, Vieste feels like it belongs in another world. The town stretches along a rugged coastline dotted with sea caves and white limestone towers that glow under the southern sun. From the hilltop Old Town, you can see the Adriatic shimmering endlessly, the horizon blending into the sky. Vieste is small, bright, and deeply peaceful, a place where every corner smells of salt, wild herbs, and freshly baked bread. Despite its postcard-perfect beauty, Vieste remains surprisingly affordable. A one-bedroom apartment near the beach rents for about 700 to 900 euros per month, and monthly living costs hover around 1,400 to 1,600 euros. The town has everything you need: cozy cafes, local markets, bakeries, and beaches that stay quiet even in summer. Mornings are for espresso in the piazza, afternoons for swimming or reading by the sea, and evenings for watching the boats drift in as the sky turns gold. Vieste is the kind of place that feels far away from everything, yet close to what matters. Number 1, Sperlonga, Lazio. Halfway between Rome and Naples, Sperlonga looks like it was carved from light. Its whitewashed houses rise from a rocky headland, framed by the deep blue of the Tyrrhenian Sea. Narrow lanes twist between arches and stairways, opening to sudden views of the water below. The town feels timeless, part Mediterranean, part dream. In summer, it glows with life, but even in the quiet months, it never loses its charm. For a town this beautiful, the cost of living remains manageable. A small apartment close to the sea rents for around 900 to 1,100 euros per month, and a total monthly budget of 1,700 to 1,900 euros is enough to live comfortably. Locals are warm and welcoming, shops stay open late, and every evening, the town gathers on the beach to watch the sun disappear behind the cliffs. Sperlonga isn't flashy or loud. It's gentle, golden, and full of soul. Italy's coastline holds more than beauty. It holds peace. Away from the crowded resorts and luxury hotels are towns where life still feels human, where a modest budget can buy a life of calm mornings, warm meals, and sunsets over the sea. These are the places where neighbors become friends, where you measure time by the tides, and where each day feels like a small miracle you didn't have to chase. Because in Italy, you don't need to be rich to live richly. All you need is a quiet town, the sound of the waves, and the courage to call it home.